So you want to learn a language, but your 9 to 5 is stopping you. I'm going to show you how to get around that. I admit, language learning could be very time consuming, but if you go about it the right way, you can do it no matter how busy you are. It all comes down to how bad you want it. If you want it bad enough, you will do what you can to make sure you reach your language learning goals. So for example, I would recommend you waking up at, let's say, 5 o'clock in the morning. Depending on what time you start and everything, but put at least maybe half an hour to an hour aside every morning to, one, read a book in your target language, two, go through some flashcards. So that's the perfect way to start your mornings. You would already have that target language in your head from the beginning of the day. Now, on your way to work, you can start with some immersion. Listen to podcasts or listen to music. Me personally, I prefer to listen to podcasts because you're actually hearing the language being spoken in the way that it actually is spoken, if that makes sense. With music, it's a bit different. And they use words maybe that wouldn't really be used when spoken. So once you're at work, if you're allowed to, you can have your earphones in and listen to music from your target language. That's another way of immersing yourself while you're at work. So you can do two things in one. Now, during your lunch break, you can watch a YouTube video. You can watch some series. You could also read a book. There's loads of things that you could do during your lunch break, no matter how long it is, if it's half an hour to an hour. And then I know some people, they get another break, so then you can use a different form of immersion during that break. And then by the time you get home, if you have time, because already at that point you've done a lot of immersion, so it's not necessary for you to do too much when you get home because obviously you've got a life. Some people have kids as well. But if you can, put some time aside to do some grammar work or towards the end of the day, get your book out, relax, read. I personally think you shouldn't take it too seriously. And that's with anything, really. You need to make sure you're still having fun and that whatever you're doing is sustainable for you to do every single day. So if you go hard and do 13 hours worth of revision, worth of studying, that is not sustainable. You're not going to do that every single day. But if you put an hour aside to study every day, then it's more sustainable and that, it's obviously more effective doing it that way. Once you get home, if you're able to put, let's say, half an hour to an hour aside to do some grammar work, then do that. If not, maybe you can leave that for the weekends. But for me, I personally think you should be more kind of relaxed with it. When it comes to language learning, be relaxed and do what you can when you can, but make sure you're consistent at the same time. So if you do all of that every day, you should be at a point where you're able to understand a lot of the language. And then in your free time, let's say on a weekend, you've got 1 hour in the weekend, go on italki and speak to someone. That way, obviously, we're learning languages. You need to learn a language to speak the language. You don't want to just do a lot of input and no output at all. Another thing you can do to make sure you're getting that output is to journal. So maybe in the mornings, instead of reading, you can journal a bit. Just journal for 2 to 5 minutes about your day or about how you want your day to unfold, or just you could talk about your little goals or what you did yesterday, how yesterday was, anything. As long as you're writing something, and then what I would recommend is you taking a picture of what you wrote, send it to ChatGPT to correct. And that's only if you don't have anyone that can correct you that is from your target language, is a native from that target language. If not, then go on ChatGPT, send a picture, and it will make all the corrections for you. But mind you, it's not the most accurate thing. So overall, it's possible. If you want to do it, it is definitely possible. It's just, you need to take some time aside and kind of organize yourself to make sure you fit some time to language learn. In the mornings, so to summarize, what I would recommend personally is in the mornings, 5 a.m, flashcard deck, and either read or journal. I would probably say journal. On your way to work, podcast. Whilst at work, if you can, listen to music. Lunch break, TV show. At home, grammar work. Weekends, one-to-one lesson, talk. And another effective way to learn a language, another effective learning method, I would say, is just talking to yourself. So while you're doing all of this, during the day, like if you're doing some chores, talk to yourself. Just talk. It doesn't matter if it sounds dumb, doesn't matter if it looks crazy, just talk to yourself. You need to get that output as much as you can, just talk. So yeah, if this has helped you, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and until next week.